Hi, I'm Stewie3D, and in this live stream and what would then be a subsequent YouTube video, we're going to be looking at the new HP Omens. They've now finally been released, and you can actually buy them with real money, and yeah, you pay more and you get less laptop for your money. So I had a look on their website. They've got a handful of new models. Only one now clocking in at under £1,000, and that's the one we're going to focus on today. So if I've got the old comparison page up here, so that 829 model is the model that I currently have, the 15AX202NA. And this is the new model, which they're supposedly replacing it with. I don't think they're not obviously discontinued my one yet, but I imagine that's the way it's going to go. But that's the comparative new model, and as you can see, it costs more money, which you would expect for a newer model. It would cost a little bit more maybe. Until you look and dive right into the specs, and you realise you're actually getting less for your money. So look, both Windows 10 Home 64, both i5 7300 HQ, both 1080p anti-glare IPS displays, both 8 gigs of RAM, but you don't get a 128 gig SSD in the more expensive model. Both 2 gigabyte GTX 1050s. I was half expecting at least the 4 gigabyte model to be included, because they made a big song and dance that the GTX 1050 was going to come with 4 gigabyte. But again, only 2 gigabytes, same as what I've got. It says improved cooling, but to be honest with you, I've proven with my tests that the cooling on this laptop is phenomenally good anyway. So I don't know how you can improve very good anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, they may be slightly quieter fans, I don't know, but yeah, supposedly it's got improved cooling. Okay, the one good thing here is you've got the upgrade access door, whereas on my one I would have to take the whole bottom off. And then you've got, same motherboard, same chipset, same, as I said, same i5 processor. And there you go, 128 M2.SSD. Again, all the same, everything the same here. Dual array digital microphone. Yep, dual array digital microphone. That's oh, wait a minute, it has got IR, so I believe that would support Windows Hello, which mine doesn't. So there you go. There's some little bit of little extra stuff. Wait a minute, that one's not listing an accelerometer low, which protects the hard drive if you were to drop the machine. 802 of 11AC, 4.2 combo. So you're paying more for a USB Type-C port and an infrared camera by the looks of it. But you're paying more for a heavier machine, a bigger machine, and I don't know why you would buy the newer one when the model that I've got exists. You just wouldn't do it. I mean, you would save yourself 70 quid and you would get a higher spec machine. Purely because that SSD. If you wanted to add the SSD into into that model, you're looking at what? 960 quid? 950, 960 quid? Because they're about 50, 60 quid and you'd have to fit it yourself. So, yeah, I'm just having a look. And, yeah, the battery's slightly bigger, but I mean, you're not talking a huge amount bigger. So yeah, a little bit of extra battery life. But that's one thing it's listing different. But I can assure you that the RAM in my one is the same 2400 SD RAM. It's not 2133. It is the faster 2400 type. So yeah, as I said, you're paying more and getting less on the new models, and I just think it's a bit of a rip-off, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd rave about the Omens till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, I can't get behind the new ones. They're ugly. They're this weird, ugly gamer aesthetic. I mean, look, 999 is the i7 with the 1050 Ti on the older shape. So if we now look at the there we go. So 999 is for the older shape. So let's have a look. These is the new one. Oh God, what's that doing? Bear with me. So here we go. So where's the 1050 Ti? So you look, 1200 quid. Okay, it's got a slightly faster PCI Express 128 SSD, but that's not worth 200 quid premium over the previous 999 model. I mean, let's have a look. Let's compare them. It's not giving me the option to compare, is it? But I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't believe. I mean, the HP Omens for me were good because they were the cheapest laptops you could get with this kind of spec in them. You know, they were all under £1,000 and they were all really good spec for the money. But these new ones, I just can't get behind. They're just not. I mean, that's not even got a Thunderbolt port for 1200 quid. That's just a standard USB Type C. You know, at the end of the day, bear with me a second. Yeah, it's they're just the older models. I would say skip these things and go for the older models. I mean, look, there you go. The 16 NA is the i7 with the GTX 1050, which is basically the same laptop as the older 929 model. The only thing you're getting on that one is 2 gigabytes of extra GDDR5, but again, £200 more. I mean, 200 quid more. That's just, I can't justify that. Not when you've got the Dell Inspiron 7567 for less than less than £1,000. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, Y Keen Low, yeah, the design department, these new ones are hideous. They're fatter than the one that I've got. They got all the more angular and horrible stealth jet fighter looking thing, and they're all more expensive. It's ridiculous. As I said, I love the HP Omens, but I just can't get behind them. I'd say ignore those lot and go for the older model. Bear with me a second. Laptops, gaming. I would say, yeah, go for these ones. The more rounded looking ones, the more normal laptop looking ones, because you're getting on that one an i5 with a 1050, that's my model, for 829. As we've seen, the new model of the equivalent is 999. That one for 999, we've seen the new equivalent model is 1200. That one for 929, that's 1129 quid to get the new equivalent model. They're all like, you know, you got 70 quid more expensive, 200 quid more expensive, you know, 200 quid more expensive there. At the end of the day, all you're getting for that 200 quid is a slightly bigger battery, the infrared camera, which, to be honest with you, if you can live without the gimmick of putting your face up to the screen to unlock it, and a USB Type C, which isn't even Thunderbolt at that point. That's the other thing. That you know, they say you can get Thunderbolt USB Type Cs, but you have to pay extra for it. I mean, that one is probably the only newer model that would probably be worth going for because of the 120Hz display. That would be the only one worth paying the premium price because it's got double the RAM of all the cheaper one, all the last year's models. It's got 16. It's got a double the speed, double the size SSD, and then it's got the 120Hz display. Out of the new ones, new 15 inches, that one, the CE19 NA, would probably be the only one I would even come close to getting. To come, as I said, it's just ridiculous, to be honest with you. You know. Oh, sorry, no, I made a mistake. The 929 model, that's a 17-inch model, so no, I made a mistake there. They don't appear to have a replacement for the 929 model. So no, that was my ranting, making a mistake. But yeah, I still stand by that 1199 model. That's the replacement for that one, the 999. And the 899 model is the replacement for the. So you're paying a lot more, and you're getting a lot less, and yeah, an uglier design. To be honest with you, you know, for me, if I was to buy another Omen, it would be that one. But to be honest with you, if this is the way HP are going, making their stuff more expensive, where the competitors are making their stuff cheaper, I don't see them doing that well. I think the reason the Omens did as well as they did is because they were priced the cheapest. In the UK, this 829 Omen, when you can get it in the sales, is the cheapest laptop with this spec you can get. 829 is an absolute bargain for this model. I paid 800 for mine. I got it from a place which had it for 799. Sorry, so I paid 800 for mine. But yeah, I would not touch these new Omens with a barge pole. As I said, more expensive, and you're getting less for your money. So yeah, with that over, that's my rant over. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good